Hello Leos, welcome to your July monthly reading. I'm going to use one deck of cards to look back at June. When we sat down together in June, we saw that you were feeling a bit stiff, either in body, maybe wallet, things were just feeling tight. You were also having a lot of critical thoughts, self-criticism, judgmental, envious thoughts as well. And also potentially you were going to receive some good news, or you were going to kind of kickstart some positive change. So I'm going to timestamp below if you want to avoid the process, but I'm going to go ahead and get our cards and charms now. Okay, just move these out of the way for a moment. So let's look back at June for Leo. How did you all do? Did you receive any kind of messaging, unexpected messaging, or was it just focused on sort of that positive change, right? Not feeling stiff anymore, kind of that recovery mode. All right. So I'm just doing 3 cards for when we look back. And then I'm doing 4 cards times 2 for the month ahead. So that gives us 7 times 2. The month of July is 7 as well, the number 7. So I've just been saying it for Virgo, Cancer, and now for you guys. You're the 3 signs I'm reading together, drawn to read together. And for some reason, the angels want me to say 777. So there's some luck in July up ahead. Definitely feeling some good times and some luck. I paused there for a second because I realized I didn't do the cards the same way I did in the other 2 readings in terms of order. I did the larger cards first, but that's okay. Everything comes together anyways. So we'll get our last cards here. Leo's, July, what's up ahead. Even the cards are jumping around a bit here, so some excitement. We'll see what's coming out here for you all. I'll just take a second just to fix my cards because I did it backwards. And then we'll get the charms. And we'll get into the reading for the patient Leos that like to watch the process. Okay. I'll just pause and hover and allow them to adjust charms, and I'll move on once I feel like what they want to fall has fallen. So we have a change in commitment, interesting, connected with dream. So maybe you're making a dream come true here. There's some luck. There's our luck right there. Change in perspective, looking for something. Let's see what they want to get here. Okay. You can pick that one up because I didn't feel like it was meant to be, especially if they fall off the cards. So I'm just going to tune in here. Kind of see what they're kind of grouping together, even with the charms. So maybe even within Leos, there's a bit of a plethora, variety of what's going on in each of your months. So maybe you're not all Leos kind of have a similar track this month, which is fine. We'll make sure all of you get your messages, because this grouping and this grouping seems to have groupings of charms within the groupings here. So we have some good luck here with following your dreams. We're connected to your dreams, your intuition. Oh, well, we got some confirmation there with the dog and the horns and people coming home. Maybe that's how you felt, Leos. You were like, nah, I'm not ready for July. June was tough enough. Again, sort of looking in on if you were stiff and whatnot. Okay, so let's jump into, looking back to June here. Like I said, we were looking in on sort of this stiffness, this tightness that you were feeling, either in your body, in your world, some aspect of your world, but also sort of negative thinking and receipt of positive news. Okay. I like the journey that they're kind of showing me here in terms of June. You know, the forgiveness, the understanding. So if it was the emotional pain, if that was what the tightness was, if it was the focus on the wallet, right, not spending too much money. He's here wrapped in his wealth and his gold, and he's holding it close to his heart, right? So his wallet's kind of closed here, closed off. But there's a lot of self-awareness here. We did talk about being judgmental of self and sort of the negative talk that I was seeing. So we have honesty and communication, right? Being honest with yourself, talking who you need to talk to, you know, working through grieving, emotions, recovery, healing, as I see sort of all the aura colors, all the chakra colors. So sort of overall well-being. It's kind of happened here in the month of June. And then you head into manifestation, but you're just starting. See how she's kind of like defrosting? You know, her crown is just starting to light up. You're just starting to recenter yourself and feel like yourself and reconnect, right? Reconnect with your heart here. So you're just starting to resume your manifestation here. So I already saw ahead, dreams. So we have manifestation here in July. So June, you started to defrost, feel better, and starting to focus back in on manifesting your dreams here. Okay. Let's jump into the month of July here. So we have change in perspective, incoming abundance, prosperity in an area of your life. With the bunch of grapes here, the bundle of grapes, sort of opulence is possible for you if you change your perspective, if you change your outlook, if you change your mind about something, maybe a previous decision you've made. My Tinkerbell here, my little fairy, she sits contemplatively because she's looking for something. She has a sense of feeling of being lost, left behind, kind of forlorn, kind of feeling here. She's not looking up. So we got this change of perspective again in order for you to reach out and grab the happiness here that's right in front of you. So you're not looking at something in July. You're not acknowledging something. Look, her eyes are closed. Her eyes are closed. You're not looking at something. She's not looking down here at her world. She's avoiding it. She has a pretty stubborn stance on it as well, right? Interesting, Leo. And then we have the king here, Pentacles, right? He's sitting atop his world. He's sitting on his wealth. I was saying the wealth was being held tight against your chest here in June. Maybe that's bleeding into July. You're still in saving mode, right? You're still being very considerate with regards to where your funds are going. You know, he's sitting on top of it. You're right on top of your finances here. You're definitely on top of whatever you consider your wealth center, whatever is wealth satisfies your sense of wealth. You know, she's holding her world, and maybe that's why her eyes are closed. You know, Leo, as I get pulled into all the skulls back here, and I was kind of tracing this back, and I had mentioned before her defiant stance here. I don't know if someone's asking you for financial help, or someone's been reaching out, or you just feel like you feel like people are going to be asking you and reaching out to touch your stuff. Like you do not want to give away your money. You do not want anybody touching your possessions, right? They're all down here. They're all away from you. There's this sense of protection. You're trying to protect in July. You're protecting your possessions, you're protecting your wealth. But it's a perception, a viewpoint, an outlook on the world that your angels want you to change. You know, maybe you don't have to be so actively protecting. Maybe you're being obsessed right now looking at your finances. Maybe you have an investment app that you're constantly checking, and it's disconnecting you here from your world, right? I said this here. She's not looking at her world. He's not paying attention to the people around him here. You're fully consumed, and they want you to look up, look away, look at whatever. Maybe you're purposely distracting yourself with this right now. Maybe you've created a project or something out of this research or this need to monitor something. Okay, let's continue. Let's see how July kind of unfolds here for you, Leos. So we have some incoming news here. This is my Vespa, makes me think of a courier service. So something's incoming to you. Something's been sent to you, or something's incoming to you. This could be karmic recognition, karmic reward as well. That's kind of incoming to you, because the Vespa also communicates speed. So this might happen quite suddenly or quickly in July, or unexpectedly. But it came with the cheerleader, so it's positive news. It's a excuse me. It's good. It's a good thing that's coming in here, or it's a good quick change. So something positive incoming. I have the starfish, and as I'm looking at it, I'm getting the message reaching out. I don't usually get that with this charm, but I feel like they're pushing you to reach out here. Again, we were seeing the isolation here, right? You were nowhere here near your world. So maybe the world is just your social network, right? Family, friends, not being closed off in your work setting, sort of saying yes to some of the socialization with your colleagues and stuff. Reaching out. Okay. Reaching out is getting paired with the need to cut something out. So maybe that's why you have to reach out. You have to reach out to cut it out. Reaching out could be calling the subscription service. It could be reaching out to close the loop as well. Maybe you've left someone hanging, and hey Leo, July's the time for you to finally reach out and terminate, right? Close off that conversation, end it, don't leave it hanging. If you're leading someone or misleading someone on, July is the moment you have to cut and let them go, right? Be respectful to them, and let them know, let them go. And then we have, again, another incoming. So it might be where the Leos are split here in soul energies, because this is an incoming, like, new relationship, new home, or information, clarity about a relationship. New chapter. It's always about a next chapter in our life here. So you might be kind of on either end here. So a change in relationship or dwelling in July, or just a change based on receiving some clarity. But then we have this incoming news, incoming gift that's very positive, and the need to reach out and kind of close something off here. They're drawing me into the number 1. on the Ace of Cups. So this could be acknowledgement of the start of something, sort of that like ending it. So you're kind of starting it here. The branches are reaching out, the flowers are kind of reaching out here, the roots are reaching out. You know, this is the manifestation card. So, you know, reaching out with your energies and connecting. So this, again, there's a lot of reaching out here, kind of coming back to the charm. And the chalice feels like that first position, you know, that, again, that reward. I was saying reward, recognition, kind of that karma coming in. Right, we see the energies here, sort of all the aura, sort of karma is coming in for you here. And maybe that's why there's different forms, right? Because depending on the good karma you put out, we're each going to have different good karma that comes in. So that new place, that new relationship, the clarity, you know, the strength to reach out and get closure, or that gift, that incoming. But regardless of what it is, it's a positive experience, a positive moment here. Sort of something you can expect, you know, nothing to be afraid of, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's head down. So we have two comforting charms here. You have with love, from your loved ones. We have the comforting bear here as well. So some of you might be the one providing this, Leo. You may be asked to reach out and give comfort. I mean, this could be the gifts coming in. Leo's July. Right, we have the incoming, and you're kind of celebrating. So this could be the incoming support, incoming comfort, incoming gifts to you in July. And we have good luck here as it relates to something you've been dreaming about, a wish come true. Your heart center is getting ignited here. Your flame is getting relit, your passion center. You know, the start of a dream come true. So we have karma. I've been saying karma is coming in. Good karma, wish come true, good luck. That's all good energy for July. Positive support, love, gifts. And then both the elephant and my dash hound here are both facing sort of this next pile. So we do have dream over here. So this could be you having the confidence here, the courage, just kind of head on through the entire month with confidence, determination as well. I'm feeling in that card. Charm, I don't know why I say card. But the dash hound is looking in the wrong direction. So I wonder how it relates to kind of the next pile, because he is looking at it. So there's a watch out here of, you know, you might be so confident that you miss some signs. That's also what this charm means, missing signs, missing the signs. You know, a risk for your confidence to display as ego as well. Other people might misread your intentions, misread what you're saying. Well, here you are leading heart first, right? Confidence. So we have the same messaging here. She's looking up at her dream. And we have double heart. So we have heart. And I mentioned that your heart's gonna reignite, right? Your heart's gonna, the passion is reigniting here. and the card is saying the same thing. The heart's getting a jolt here, right? Either your wealth is pouring in, if you were the individual here watching your investments, you know, on your app, you know, the work is translating into worth, but it's also your heart center. So it could just be reigniting your emotional center here as well. Now we had tightness in the body. So any of you that were ill in June, in terms of July and illness, you know, they're drawing me here to the stomach region and sort of how the intestines are all tightly wrapped. But there's like medicine, right? Pouring down on it. There's, you know, the body's fighting it off here. So there could be a final push for you. So some good luck here and a final push in terms of your recovery. So maybe that's why I have my recovery bear and the love here for those of you that are fighting off that stiffness, that illness. You know, whatever treatment that you're on now, it is working. It is helping your body here to fight. Okay. And then in the sort of last grouping of message here for July, we have that strength message. So regardless if you're recovering or ill in your treatment plan here, so you need strength for that, but sort of the heading forward here with the good luck, the following your passion, or what's igniting your heart center here, the new relationship, new home, the close connection, the closure. And we did say, you know, igniting a dream coming true. Once you change your perspective, right, the dream comes true. So a month focused on dreaming, manifesting, coming back to what you started here in June. So continue it, right? Stay strong, continue with that. And we have an ending here of a commitment, a bad behavior, a bad cycle. I was getting karma the whole time in this reading, so this could be the end of a bad karma cycle as well. You've kicked it. Okay. So we have a whole overall well-being here with this card that I get. Really connects me into Archangel Raphael and all his healing angels. Coming back to the card previously in terms of tightness in the body and the treatment that I was seeing, this could be your medical team, your care team, all around you, right? They're all focused in. They know the issue, they know the solution, right? The flower here is blossoming. It's getting its energy back. She's also relaxing back in her bathtub here as well, so with ease, kind of ending the month off here, the beautiful month of July. Everything's now fully bloomed, right? We're into summer now, spring's over. The winter's behind her, right? It's kind of falling out of her hair here. The past is in the past, like we saw with the cutting of the cord. If you do that, there's a beautiful message here of like July, sort of the outro of July, the last week, the final days, the second half. There's like this feeling of just kind of ending off on a positive note. And maybe it's because of the end of this bad cycle, right? This karmic cycle is finally done. The bad behavior, whatever that is. So finally over for you, Leos here. And then sort of the overall wellness and well-being as you continue on, either following your heart or following sort of what the doctors ordered here, following that treatment plan, because there's some good luck here in sort of reinvigorating yourself. I keep getting that word, sort of igniting you again. You got a lot of fire in the smaller cards here that we were using as well. So, you know, we saw the healing in June, right? The focus on just kind of you and healing you. A lot of the heart, whether it's emotional, physical, etc. So let's connect in next month, and we'll just continue to kind of follow your progress here.